Hello Marley May, it's your Nanny Deb. I'm going to tell you another story today, and this one's from the 100-Acre Wood again, but it's about Tigger. He's one of my favourite characters. Alright, to tell you today, it is raining and it's cold outside. It's miserable, it's not very nice, and I'm going to want to put a cardigan on because it's a bit cold. Now, Mummy tells me you've been awake all night. How come that? Well, I hope it's just going to be short-lived and you're going to be a very good girl for your mummy. Otherwise, she might have to smack your bottom. Okay, are you ready? Oh, I closed. Alrighty. First, we have some facts about Tigger. He came to the forest late one night and Pooh had never seen a Tigger. And Tigger didn't know what he liked, but they were both friends with Christopher Robin. He lives with Kanga and Roo. Do you remember Kanga? Kanga is like a kangaroo from Australia, and Roo is her baby that lives in her pouch. He lives with Kanga and Roo in a different part of the forest from Pooh, and there is a very good reason why he lives with them, which soon it will be clear. He likes extractive malt. So does your Gwee. She likes extract of malt as well. It's very sweet and it's in a tin. Roo's strengthening medicine. He has it for breakfast, dinner and tea, and that's why he lives in Kanga's house, so he can eat extract of malt. He doesn't climb trees. Tigger thought he did, but when he started to climb, he realised his tail got in the way and he needed help to get back down. He's very bouncy. He looks like a bouncy Tigger, doesn't he? So bouncy, in fact, that he bounced Eeyore into the river and Pooh thought that he was one of Piglet's sticks. Do you remember that? We read that in the beginning. He never gets lost. He bounces and runs round in circles, squares, up and down, but Tigger never gets lost. Tiggers just don't, as Rabbit found out. He is a friendly tiger, and friendly Tigger. He's great friends with little Roo, who he could play with all day, and when Rabbit is lost in the forest, Tigger goes to find him. He makes lots of unusual noises when so does your Poppy Brett. He makes unusual noises. He sounds like a frog. It's like this. I think it comes from his bottom. When Tigger arrived at Pooh's house, he said, "Warra, warra, 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 warra," and he coughed. And with Eeyore bounced into the river. He is the only Tigger in the world. Well, he thinks he is, and he's very surprised when he finds somebody just like him in the mirror. He's looking at himself in the mirror. A poem about Tigger. He came to the forest late one night. The noise was enough to give Pooh a fright. "Warra, warra, warra," he said, and Pooh got out of bed to find bouncy Tigger ahead. Tigger now lives with Kanga and Roo, eating enough medicine for two. Never was an animal bouncier than he, except when he was stuck up a tree. Warra, 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 warra. That's a funny noise. One night, Pooh woke up suddenly when he thought someone was trying to get into his honey cupboard. Uh-oh. He got out of bed, but there was no one there. There was a strange noise. There were lots of noises in the forest, but this was different. It wasn't a growl, or a purr, or a squeak, or a neigh. Horses go neigh, neigh, like that. Like Piglet or Eeyore make. It was a warra, 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 warra. Oh, he thinks it's an elephant. Elephant stealing his honey. No! Pooh decided to ask the strange animal making that noise not to do it again. He opened his front door and said, "Hello." The strange animal introduced himself as Tigger. Pooh never seen a Tigger before, but he was very pleased to hear that he was a friend of Christopher Robin's, and it invited him in. "Do Tiggers like honey?" asked Pooh. "Tiggers like everything, said Tigger happily, and they both went to sleep. That was very nice. The next morning, Pooh woke up to see Tigger looking at himself in the mirror. I thought I was the only one, said Tigger, but I've met someone just like me. Then suddenly jumped at Pooh's tablecloth with a loud whir, 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 and he pulled it off the table and rolled across the room with it. Did I win? He asked cheerfully. That's my tablecloth, replied Pooh, putting the cloth and 2 pots of honey on the table. He sounds a bit excited, doesn't he? They both sat down to breakfast and Tigger helped himself to a large mouthful of honey, exploring the movements with his tongue. What is this? Tiggers don't like honey. I thought they liked everything, said Pooh, trying to sound disappointed, but actually feeling very pleased, so he doesn't have to share his honey. When Tigger said they liked everything except honey. So Pooh took Tigger to Piglet's house. Piglet had never seen a Tigger before, and he was a little bit scared. But Pooh explained that Tigger would like some acorns for breakfast. Acorns? I wonder what acorns are. But Piglet said, you can help yourself. When Tigger had a mouthful of acorns, he said, before saying firmly, Tiggers don't like acorns. Piglet was rather glad and asked if he liked thistles instead. And Tigger said what he liked best. The 3 of them went to the part of the forest where Eeyore lived. Eeyore was a little unsure of Tigger. Oh, that's a little bit bright.